Hi guys, this is Stephanie. Welcome back to the Amputee Mom blog. So a question that some amputees or future amputees may have is how soon after surgery are you able to walk? So this just all really does depend because everybody obviously has different body types, and it really just depends on how well you tolerate pain after the surgery. So I have gone through 2 amputation surgeries during my lifetime, and the first time was when I was 15 years old due to a rare form of sarcoma cancer. I didn't document any of that because at that time I was very young and I was embarrassed of my leg, so I tried to avoid showing anybody or letting anybody know what was going on. So I did not take any videos, pictures, or anything like that. The first time, it took me around 8 months to be able to walk on my prosthetic without any assistive devices like crutches or anything like that. The fitting process took around a month and a half. I had to go back and forth until they tested it out and it was done. After I got my leg, it took me around 2 or 3 more months to walk with my prosthetic leg on and using crutches at the same time. Being able to walk without crutches after an amputation is the hardest task because you basically have to learn to walk all over again. I remember grabbing onto a lot of things and like the walls, rails, everything that I could when I wasn't using my crutches just because it made it easier for me to walk. So the reason why it takes so long to get fitted to a prosthetic is because after the amputation, your leg is really swollen and sometimes you can't tolerate the touch. So the first time that I had my amputation, I do remember going to physical therapy once a week, and this was just for about a month. And this was just so they can teach me how to put more weight on my leg slowly and just kind of like the basics on learning how to walk and get back up on your feet. So the second time that I got an amputation was when I was 27 years old, and this was due to some extra bone growth that was growing on the bottom of my stump, and this was just causing a lot of pain when I would put some weight on it. It was hard to get fitted into a proper prosthetic. After trying for 3 different prosthetic devices throughout many years, the pain was still persistent. The doctors at the time had given me the choice of shaving off that part of my bone, but the time of rehabilitation was going to take me the same time that it would take me after an amputation. So when I got my second amputation, people would ask me how I would take it so well, but honestly, after already being an amputee once, the second time isn't really that bad, and I knew that everything was going to be okay. After dealing with having trouble walking and having pain, it just becomes very tiring, and the amputation to me was a lot of relief. So after the second amputation, the recovery time was pretty much around the same from the first time, with the only difference that the prosthetic fitting took me around 3 or 4 months longer because it was during COVID time, and I guess it wasn't considered essential, so they wouldn't give me an appointment for a fitting. The process for me to be able to walk the second time was pretty much the same as the first one. I would also use my crutches after I was already wearing my leg just to support myself and to be able to learn how to walk. So they did end up amputating around 6 more inches of my leg. So that was also a different goal that I had of learning how to walk because obviously the balancing is different. So the second time around, I did not need to go to physical therapy. I already know the drill and what I needed to do to be able to walk again. So I don't know if it's because of all the weight that I have gained since the first time that I had an amputation, and you know that I have grown into an actual adult, so it could be different. But up until today, I still experience some pain. Sometimes I still need to use my crutches. This was just 3 years ago. So I am still a very active person, and I still try to be walking around even if my leg hurts a little bit. When my leg is in pain, I wear my crutches. I don't like sitting around. I like just stepping on it and getting used to it. I feel that I also have trouble right now because my leg keeps shrinking. This is something that your leg is going to continue to do after an amputation. Up to this day, I still use my cane sometimes when I'm in too much pain after walking long distances or standing too much. But mainly, I just want you to know that if you're getting an amputation or you recently went under an amputation, I just want you to know that it's okay to feel discouraged sometimes. But please know that everything is going to be okay and everybody's healing process is different. So don't expect the time for you to be the same as everybody else. It just takes a lot of effort, and don't give up. Sometimes it hurts, but the only way that you're going to get back up on your feet is if you keep trying and trying and practicing and putting weight on that foot slowly but surely. So don't give up, and thank you guys for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.